We should be going live right now. We're like 35 minutes late to start the show. Is it? I thought at one point in time the national average for vaccinations was maybe 60% of the people were vaccinated, 40 were unvaccinated. Hmm. Yeah, I don't either. Thanks for tuning in, folks. The people that are watching, we got a late start today because I was at work. I had a meeting that went a lot longer than I thought it was going to. And somehow the bills on Porchcast Pottstown need to get paid. So that requires me. Yeah, I mean, it requires us to do some real estate type shit. It requires us to do some law dog type shit. It just requires work because we got bills here on Porchcast Pottstown. There's nothing we can do about it. The camera's going to die anyway. The camera, I don't know how much time is left on the camera. So if you can't see us, you'll continue to hear us. That's perfectly fine. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, folks, that the chat box is open. Put your chats up there, put your comments. I'm going to try my best. Hello, Diane Cherry Crumb. Thanks for tuning in. Um, I'm going to do my best to put stuff up in the chat, links and whatnot. I'll be able to do that since the co host is back in the saddle. Yeah, because of COVID. And at one point in time, the major primary worry was that Matt was going to give COVID to Amy. Those roles have now reversed. Right on. So we apologize for the late start. That's all Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate's fault because he was Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. But the positive side of that is I'm going to be bringing a really sharp looking house on the market over there in Spring City in East Coventry. No, it is the 5, but it's 19475 Spring City. Nice little farmette. It only took me about 10 minutes. I called you when I pulled out of the driveway. It only took me about 10 minutes to get back in here to town. Nice little house, got a farm attached to it, barn, a couple of outbuildings, a pasture. Somebody could do their little homestead routine over there, get their chickens where they belong. Folks, get your house with your chickens. No, Liz Harper, you didn't miss it. I was just late. So. Mike Murphy, our veterans liaison, is dropping off some additional information. And there's some updates. Go ahead.
That's the update.
What?
The update is
the
car cruise is now. I'm sorry, the car show is now a car cruise.
The car show for this weekend is now going to be a car cruise because of the predicted bad weather.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's supposed to be pretty bad weather.
Right. So there's going to be no barriers. People can cruise up and down High Street.
Right.
Chuck's going to be out there handing these out. Information. There's a QR code on there.
Like they're not going to have the street blocked off so that they can
off,
drive cars.
They can cruise up and down.
It's going to be like an old school,
like an old school car cruise.
Yeah. Cruising on High Street.
Yes, sir. So he's going to have a live band.
Live band.
Naturally members and their guests can go, but if the general public wants to come, they need to scan that QR code, and it gets them like admission to get in there.
I got you.
I guess he's
and the band's going to be at Red Horse Motor Club.
Right. Starts at, does it say 8 o'clock, I believe? They just gave them to me.
Yeah, I'll get to this. I'll add this to the thing.
Are you guys on live now?
Yeah, we're live. That's all right, man.
It's all
You're
good.
part of the Porchcast staff.
You guys have fun.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate
See you later, Mike.
We love stop by.
Yeah. Walk by in this case.
Bye.
It's a neighborhood show.
You like my new rock garden there?
I did. I noticed that, and I noticed that that little tree was gone that was there. But I do like the rock garden.
Thank you. It's kind of a dead zone of my yard, so we just got rid of.
It does open it up. It lets more light back here. Yeah.
And it was, I was just having trouble getting everything to grow. So there will be no homesteading for me. And slowly, my yard is just going to be either all rocks or like wildflowers.
Right on.
But anyway, Diane, thank you for asking. I'm feeling better, and I'm glad I got the vaccines. And I got Paxlovid, which is the antiviral, so I got on that right away. If anybody out there does come down, because there is definitely a surge happening out there, folks. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's just my allergies." Guess what?
It might be COVID because that's what you thought. You thought it was your allergies, right?
This is the time of year that I'm like, the allergies, right? So I 100% thought that it was just allergies. And then Harrison, we saw Harrison 2 weekends ago, and he said, he called us. He was like, I woke up not feeling great, and if it wasn't for him, I might not even.
You might, right. You'd have just taken an allergy pill and been like, all right, on with your life. Yeah.
So several other people saying the same thing out there, and also people testing negative, and then a positive. So that's why he didn't test positive until day 5 of symptoms.
Interesting.
He was like almost on the downswing of like, starting to feel better until he finally tested positive. So my point is, just be careful, folks.
You've had hangovers that were worse, though.
Oh, for sure.
So it's getting better. I mean, it's getting better in the fact that it's not as it's not as strong a strain as it was before.
Exactly.
And people know how to deal with it now.
Yeah.
And people should be vaccinated now.
Yeah, because I fully think that because of vaccination, we didn't get a horrible case.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, Levi had it a little bit worse than me. He's had 3 vaccines.
And here we are, like almost 3 years later. We're still talking. Sure, we can do a show every day. It's just going to be 2 weeks.
No problem. Oh, there's early show.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget, folks, that we do want you to subscribe at YouTube. I do have 156 subscribers. I have to go back and look at the list and see who the 150th subscriber was. That person's going to win a prize. We will announce that on the show once I have that figured out. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Porchcast Pottstown, subscribe at YouTube. Not all of the old shows are back there. Most of the original shows are still on the Facebook page, but if you go to Matt Green and Clock of Real Estate and go to the video section, you'll be able to find all those shows on the videos. That's what's going on. All right, let's get into this news. We actually have a decent amount of people. I caught 5 brown trout in about an hour and a half. I also caught a very beautiful green sunfish. It had beautiful colors on it. And I caught a rock bass. No, that was a brown trout. That was the nicest of the 5 brown trout that I caught. A green sunfish. Sunnies. People call them sunnies. Sure you can. They're good to eat. But I throw mostly everything back. I only kept 2 fish yesterday, and that was because the one gill was damaged, probably from the hatchery. But then as it was fighting, it must have hit a rock or something, and it was bleeding. And then the other one took the hook like really deep. So I'm gonna eat them. I'll consume them. Everything else got released. Yeah, I'm more there for the challenge. Correct. Yeah, that blue heron. He came right in there like he owned the place and like was not scared of me at all. He kind of does. He fishes there every day. I'm just a visitor. I didn't catch anything in that pool because I think he's already been catching. Now they did restock down at Memorial Park today. The Fish and Boat Commission did. Is it the trout rodeo? Or just some general fishing information? You had plenty of time to get some news. All right, let's get into the news. Thanks for saying hi, everybody. Amy's mic is out? I don't know about that. I can hear Amy in my. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that. I don't know.
All right. Well, it's not going to be much of a news show if my mic is not working.
I can hear you in the headset though. Go ahead, you talk.
All right. I'm talking, but I don't know if anybody can hear me.
There is something up with that mic. I don't know what's going on. She's difficult to hear.
This is the,
I don't know. Is it the broken mic? Go ahead, talk again.
I don't think it's you had that one marked off. You
Yeah, I do.
just like tape on it or something.
Yes. I'm gonna. I see. I can hear. Here's what's crazy is I can hear you fine in the headset. Go ahead, talk again.
All right. Well, I don't know. You want to swap out a mic?
People, let me know if you can't still hear Amy. I have your mic turned up all the way. Go
All
ahead.
right. They're all saying that they can't hear me.
All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna give you another mic cord, and then in the meantime, I'll keep talking. That's the only thing I can think of. That
Cord and a mic?
no, I'm gonna give you another cord.
Okay.
Do. Please stand by. Please stand by. And I have your mic jacked up all the way through the roof.
All right. Did you plug it in?
Yes, my side's plugged in. So if you want to unplug yours, plug yours back in. Go ahead and talk.
I did. I plugged it in.
Oh, I know why, maybe. Hold on. Please stand by. I see what's happening is that the computer didn't pick up the our Zoom for some reason, and I don't know why. It should have picked it up, and I don't know why it did. Hold on. Why is it always with the technical stuff? Why is that?
Right.
I don't
We
know.
got our new equipment working great.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is working great. Our top story tonight is that we have technical difficulties again. I'm so tired of this. I really am. Like, I'm glad that people find it entertaining, but it's super, super frustrating.
Well, it's super frustrating because of the amount of dollars that we have spent on the equipment.
Yeah.
Judy, thank you very much for asking.
On. Currently in use. Pro Tools application. All right. We're just going to have to do the best we can. I'm going to try to point my microphone towards Amy, and I don't know what else to do. For some reason, the computer didn't pick up the microphones from our Zoom software. So basically what it's doing is it's using the microphone on the desktop. It's not using these microphones. It's using the microphone on the computer. So you're just going to have to speak up, because the only way I can do that is to reset and start over, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So bear with us, folks.
All right. So is it even worth it for me to do the news?
Yeah, do it. I mean, do it. I mean, I can see that there is some return and people can hear you. And what I'll do is I'm just going to jack up the sound on here, and then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to jack the sound up through here. Okay.
All right. All right. Well, I'm just going to read it, and maybe I can show people.
Yeah. Until the camera craps out.
Right, and then we're just going to shut it down. So.
My mom has the same issue at work when she's podcasting. Her microphones don't get picked up because her Zoom doesn't hear the microphone. My mom says she has the same issue. She doesn't have the same issue.
All right.
The executive producer.
All right. Farm starts on May 14th.
May 14th for farm.
Family Plaza. at 9 to 1. They're starting with Teacher Appreciation Week on May 14th.
Good.
Very exciting. I think this Amtrak situation is very exciting. There's new bus service coming in May of 2022, so that is this month.
Mm-hmm.
Amtrak through bus service Reading, Pottstown, Philadelphia. Luxury liners.
Yeah, so that means that it has like bathrooms and nice seats.
Probably like a place for you to plug in your phone.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
So that's kind of like in preparation for getting commuter rail back at some point in time.
Which is going to be many years. So this is, and Amtrak does this all over the country. They've got like, part of their lines are bus lines.
Yes.
Not all train.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's great.
So they're already in the bus service. So this is not something new for them.
Not at all. This is Pennsylvania Small Business Week. Did you know that shopping at small businesses is good for your community, Matt?
Yes, it is. I talked about this last week.
$48 of every 100 spent goes right back into the local economy.
That would be 48%.
That is.
Yes.
Yes. And only 14% goes back into the economy when you shop at a big box.
Yeah. So if you spend $100, let's say at Home Depot, only 14 of those dollars is staying at your place.
I mean, you are employing local people, so that is something.
That's something. But let's say you spend that same $100 at Pottstown Roller Mills.
Yeah.
That's
or 80
more.
Yeah.
That's $48 that stays in your community. Win-win.
Yep.
And you might get better service at one of those places.
Yep. I think that you probably will. So it is Small Business Week. What can you do to help promote Small Business Week? You can shop local. You can dine out locally, and again at a locally owned restaurant as opposed to a chain restaurant. If you're going over to the 5, there's that new place over there, Big Phil's. It's getting good reviews. You can leave a review of any of your local restaurants or businesses and like and share their social posts. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. I'm telling the moms right now, nobody's getting a card. Sorry, I haven't been out of the house. Nobody's getting a card.
Make Levi do that. What does that guy do? Gets to make excuses? Oh.
So, but there's all sorts of things that you can do for Mother's Day. You can go down to Studio 36, get some nice gifts. You can go to Danny B. Funky and in the High Street Terminal. She's got beautiful gifts there. There's all sorts of things.
Elizabeth Harper is saying she had the best wings and fries from Honey's Homebrew today.
I love both of those things.
There you go.
I love wings
and fries.
I mean, I am like a really kind of a wing snob.
So that's another way you can support local business.
Yeah.
Here's an idea too. I mean, once the farm starts, you can go to the farm. Those are all local businesses. Yeah. And I do want to remind you that you can use your SNAP benefits at farm.
Yep. Good point. Thank you. Next Saturday, May 14th, is the Hobart Run Neighborhood Summit.
Yes.
This free event will cover topics including affordable housing, facade improvement, safety, beautification, and small business support. Enjoy a complimentary lunch and take home a porch decoration. I saw those decorations. They're a porch. It's a slate from Art Fusion. It's a slate with a mosaic on it where you can write your house number. This summit is at the Mount Olive Church, which is at the corner of Jackson.
Mount Olive is at the corner of Mincer and Jackson Streets. Yep.
And they are asking, please, for folks to wear masks.
Yes, that's the church's rule.
Yeah, it's the church's rule, so we should respect that.
Right.
And you can register for that if you go to Hobart Run Summit. Just Google Hobart Run Summit. And check that out. They're going to have some keynote speakers. They are having some local food, and I bet you'll get to meet all sorts of your neighbors. So it's going to be a fun event.
Yeah.
And informative.
Listen, the Hobart's Run has several grants that people can take advantage of. There's a small business grant.
Yep.
There's a home ownership grant where people who buy a house in Hobart's Run can get $5,000. That's nothing to sneeze at.
No.
And there's also facade improvement grants that are available from Hobart's Run. One of my clients, Paula Bickelman from Fine Solutions Property, who's rehabbing a house in the 500 block of King Street. She applied for and was given a $500 grant for facade improvement. So she used it to fix the steps. 500 block. I think the address is 556 King Street.
Okay.
It's down towards the corner of Adams. It's between Warren and Adams on King.
Okay.
And she got $500 to fix up the steps.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Just
go,
apply
$500.
free.
Yeah.
And they didn't care that she was going to resell the house. It improved the house and improved the neighborhood, so she got the grant.
Well, that's a good thing. To the Lucky Block. So Lucky Block has been extended to what's the new date? April?
I believe so, yeah.
Program that is available for they're focusing on wards 1, 2, and 3, but anybody from any ward can apply, and projects may include revitalizing buildings, improving vacant lots, fostering cleanups, porch lighting improvements, murals, landscaping, repainting, repair of a row of porches. So now you need to have more than what is it, up to 4?
You have to have 4 people on the grant application.
Right.
And really talk up, because everybody's saying it. I'm sorry, folks. I had a problem when I started up the software. I didn't double check that the computer was picking up our software mics. So it's using the laptop microphone, and Amy's going to be a little bit low, but I can see that when she's talking, we're getting a return. So turn up your device, maybe.
So I'll just say the stuff and you'll just repeat it.
Yeah, I'll try to repeat it. So here's what she's talking about. She's talking about the Love Your Block grant program that's available from Pottstown Community Action. You need 4 people from your neighborhood to sign up for that grant. You can get up to $1,500 for the project that you and your neighbors select. Really, the only rule is that the project has to have some impact on the neighborhood as a whole.
Right.
That's the only caveat.
Right, and you have to partner up with some of your neighbors.
Correct.
And at least 2 of the property owners have to live in Pottstown.
Correct.
Right.
Half
So
of
it
the
can't be-
people.
Yeah, it can't be like one property owner that's got 4 properties and he or she lives outside of Pottstown.
Correct.
It's gotta be,
So if let's say you were in that situation, like Chris Daly the other day was asking, right? Chris Daly could go into that with 3 of his tenants. Then it would qualify, right? And that's the whole idea, is that a tenant could sign up with their landlord in order to get the block grant, the Love Your Block grant.
Yeah, so these grants are $250 to $1,500 depending on the scope of the project.
Right.
And it's been extended for 2 weeks, and you can go to pottstownCommunityAction.org and look for the Love Your Block program.
So I'm going to put up links to that. I just put up links to Hobart's Run Facebook page just now, so people can go in the chat and click on the link to get over to Hobart's Run. I'm going to put a link up to the Love Your Block program. I applied with my neighbors and my dad, who's also my neighbor.
Right.
So, and we applied to have the sidewalks fixed at the corner of our block in front of Carter's.
Right.
We all take turns shoveling the sidewalk and taking care of that. If we could,
a nice little run of folks over there that
right,
help each other out.
And the Carters own a historic business in Pottstown. They own a historic building. It would definitely impact the community based on the amount of foot traffic that they get in out of their business.
Yeah.
And it would help us. It would be nice if we could get a smooth sidewalk, because it would make shoveling so much easier.
Yes.
Jim, I gave the grant application paperwork to Jim, and he filled it out. He said it took him about 20 minutes to a half an hour.
Easy.
No big deal.
Right.
And if you have any questions, you can contact the people at Pottstown Community Action, and they'll walk you through how to apply.
Nice.
I think everybody within the sound of my voice should put an application in.
Right.
What's the worst that's going to possibly happen? They'll say no?
Yeah.
Or they'll move you to the next round of grants?
Or you get the money.
Or right, you get the money.
You got to do something.
Then you got to do it. Yes, Tamara Charles is saying we're reviewing applications for Love Your Block now. Thank you for all that have already applied. If you need help, message us. So I'm going to put a link to them in the chat so that you'll be able to find them and contact them if you have questions. We have to spend this money or there won't be any more.
Don't leave it on the table.
Don't leave it on the table.
Yep. Excellent. This is Family Boot Camp at the Ricketts Center, hosted by Paul Winterbottom every Tuesday and Thursday, weather permitting. So this is an outside thing from 7 to 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's actually going to be happening at
it's at the high school stadium. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Free workout. Paul's a certified personal trainer, so this is a free workout with a personal trainer every Tuesday and Thursday nights over at the stadium at Pottstown High School.
Do you know it says it starts April 26th? Do you know how long it's going?
I have no idea. It's something that Paul does. He does it year round. Okay. How long this particular program is going to go, I don't know.
Okay.
I would imagine if nobody shows up, he's not going to do it.
Sure.
So if you want to go get some training from a free personal trainer, there's your opportunity.
And speaking of getting in shape, Planet Fitness is offering free high school summer pass for teenagers.
Yes.
Who can participate?
High schoolers.
Is just for teens age 14 through 19.
Yeah.
If you're under 18, you have to sign up with your parent or guardian. You can do that online at Planet Fitness or inside the club, which is up on Charlotte Street. You can register. The program is open May 16th through August 31st. And sign up starts on May 16th. So that's free. Free gym membership for the kids, 14 through 19. So thank you, Planet Fitness.
Ray Amore, thanks for tuning in. Amy said earlier that she's doing fine. In fact, she thought she just had her allergies bothering her.
Yes. It was definitely a little bit of a surprise. I did read that Joe Cerisi put up an article about flag disposal. So if you have, there's a specific way that you have to dispose of a flag. They have to be burned.
Yes.
And there's like a whole ceremony thing.
Yes.
Right? So they have at the Western Montgomery Career and Technical Center, Western Tech as it's known, they have an office, or they have it looks like a mailbox, like a U.S. mailbox, and it's marked for flags. So you can deposit your flag in there. If you have a flag that needs to be disposed of, they will dispose of it according to the U.S. flag code. Art Fusion is looking for kids' books for their Little Free Library. So the Rotary Club has a Little Free Library out in front of Art Fusion, and they are in need of children's books. If you've got children's books to get rid of, please take them over to the Little Free Library in front of Art Fusion. I have something else about Art Fusion. It's like Art Kit. Where was it? I'll get to it. Youth Grow CSA, sponsored by Pottstown Hospital and Green Allies this is Youth Grow CSA, a free organic produce program for the Tri-County area community. It is all produce is organically grown and harvested weekly. Participants will pick up produce bags bi-weekly from June through September. I guess are kids growing this CSA? I'm not sure.
That's Green Allies,
yeah.
And Green Allies is in cooperation with Trellis for Tomorrow.
Is it Trellis or is it El Paso Arboretum?
No, Green Allies and Trellis for Tomorrow are in cooperation with each other. Now, Green Allies might also be in cooperation with.
I think that
they do all work with Old House, but I think maybe both of those. I don't know. Somebody on those.
They're partnering to increase access to healthy foods for those who need it. So if you are interested in this, just go to Green Allies, or you can contact Casey Canoblio at Tower Health. Casey is the Tower Health Pottstown Hospital community outreach person. Montgomery County Community College has Janet's Planet Astronaut Academy Camp, ages 8 through 14, Monday through Friday. 9 to 4. There's 2 weeks available. Go to mc3.edu/planet. That looks like a really fun STEM kind of camp for kids. Cool. Our friend Josh Taylor wants to remind everybody that the Pottstown Area Writers Group now meets at the Pottstown Public Library, celebrating its 100th anniversary. They meet on the second and Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m. If you are a writer, if you would like to be a writer, if you want to know how to get started, go meet with Josh. He's a good guy.
Yeah. I'm struggling, but I'm slowly but surely getting the links to these things up in the chat. I just put up the link to the Planet Fitness Summer Pass registration. That is free gym membership for high schoolers.
All right. Kids Fishing Derby is Saturday, May. Wait, when is this? This printed out like weird. May 14th. Yeah, that's a Saturday, May 14th. That's the same day as Farm. So this is the Pottstown Police Officers presents the Kids Fishing Derby. They do this every year. It's from 8 to noon at Memorial Park.
Yep.
Registration begins at 8. You can just show up. They've got T-shirts and food and all sorts of stuff. So check that out.
That's a good event. That's another free event. That's a free event, folks. I mean, we've just given you 3 different things. 4, because that if you are economically eligible, that crop share is free.
Yeah.
So we gave you a way to get free food, 2 free workout programs, and now a free entertainment for your kids on May 14th.
Yeah.
Free.
Yep.
And we told you about 2 different organizations that are having grant programs that if you apply will give you free money.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Hey,
I don't want to hear another bitch on Facebook about how there's nothing going on in Pottstown.
And hey, you know what? I also don't want to hear anybody complaining about the Pottstown School District because I just read a post that John Armato put up yesterday about a Pottstown senior that just got a full scholarship to Stanford University. Stanford, Matt.
Yeah, Stanford. It's an Ivy League school.
It's not Ivy League,
but
it's one of the top schools in the nation. It is super duper difficult to get into.
It's
Stanford.
West Coast Ivy League.
It is crazy, like top of the Yale Harvard level.
Yeah.
Pottstown. Full ride scholarship. Good for her. It's awesome.
There was a kid a couple of years ago that got a full ride to Stanford.
Yeah, that used to live next door to me.
So Pottstown High School is sending kids on a regular basis to Stanford University.
Yes. Yeah. So when people say about Pottstown schools, they can shut it.
It's all about getting involved. Everything that we talked about, there's opportunities for people that want to get involved. If you want to get involved, there's plenty of resources in the borough of Pottstown for the people that want to look for them. If you need help accessing them, contact these organizations. They'll help you out.
Yes.
Contact Amy. She'll help you out. Contact me. I will help you out.
And if your kid is not interested in going to college and they're interested in a technical career, I did see that there was the high school had a kind of an open house for the middle school students coming up so that they can see. And I saw a picture of Adam Green.
Oh, yeah. He's doing culinary.
Yep, I saw him. He had his shirt on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we love Pottstown schools. Mother's Day flower sale at Goodwill Fire Company on Saturday from 8 to 8. Saturday and Sunday. So go check that out. Mother's Day flower sale. Also May 14th, I'm so bummed I'm going to be out of town because this looks like an awesome show at Rivet, Days of My Youth and Mojo Hotel, Led Zeppelin and Doors tribute bands. How awesome does that sound?
Yes, in the days of my youth,
$5.
I was told what it means to be a man. Now I can't say that anymore because it's part of the patriarchy.
$5 for that show.
$5 for Led Zeppelin
charge.
tribute band?
That's like a 1980s level cover charge.
It is.
Right?
$5.
$5. bummed.
Well, you can use that $5 now. Your $5 has been freed up because you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for a workout. You don't have to pay to entertain your kids. Now you got $5 to go down to Rivet and watch a Led Zeppelin band.
Yes.
Come on.
All right. So
we'll help you figure this out, folks. We're here to help you on Porchcast Pottstown.
So Mike Murphy came by, tell us about the car show, which is now a cruise show because there's supposed to be some inclement weather, and they don't want people to have to be walking around in the rain. So there will be old-fashioned cruising up and down High Street on Saturday from 5 to 9, and then he brought those postcards over. There's some band playing at the
Red Horse Motor Club.
Red
So
Horse.
let me go through this. So the one thing he did tell us, everybody should be aware that the car show is now a car cruise because it's supposed to rain or some other way be crappy weather. So
it's supposed to be pretty bad.
Is it? So they're going to have a cruise. But in addition to that, there's going to be a band playing at Red Horse Motor Club. Following the show, you're invited to a VIP open house at Red Horse Motoring Club. That's at 132 East High Street in Pottstown. If you want to learn more about Red Horse Motoring Club, go to our YouTube channel and look at the interview that I did with Chuck Harders, who's the owner of Red Horse Motor Club. There's a QR code that you need to scan. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of this and put it up on Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. If you're interested in going to that concert, you have to register by scanning the QR code. I will put that up after the show. You'll be able to scan it right off.
Who the band is? I'm sorry.
It does not say who the band is, but
I'm sure
it's
that they want you to register so they can kind of get
live music. And it entitles you to one free drink, a beer, soda, or water. And then listen, you RSVP to enter and for a chance to win a very special door prize.
That sounds like a great night out.
Free.
Yeah, and Red Horse is a beautiful place.
Come on.
It really is.
Yeah. Somebody's in the chat putting up some nonsense. I don't know what that means. We don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. You want to knock that off, Claudia, or I'm just going to block you. Or you can just keep putting posts up, which are only going to make more people watch the show.
All right.
And I'll delete that shit later.
Yeah. Facebook does have this little thing where you can hit the translation. It's Portuguese now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's something beneficial to the show.
Yeah, it's a little spammy. So anyway, native plant sale at Alt House Arboretum. And that is on Saturday from 9 to 12. So native plants are plants, obviously, that are native to this area, which means that they should do well in your garden. Our friend Joe Cerisi is having a shredding event Sunday, May 22nd from 12 to 3 at Pottsgrove High School. So bring your sensitive documents over and shred them up. Oh, here's the Art Fusion. Art Fusion is celebrating Asian artists this month with a free art kit. The kit has instructions and all the supplies needed to create 3 projects. They're available at Art Fusion. They're for kids 7 to 12.
Don't mind me. That's good.
Okay.
The camera's going to die, folks, but you'll still be able to hear us. Yeah, we're almost done.
And the art kits are sponsored by Greater Pottstown Foundation. So
Right.
They're free while they last. Kids age 7 to 12. Looks really cool. May 14th, another free thing. This is a Climb On It event at the Pottstown Children's Discovery Center, and 10 to 3, and they're going to have all sorts of like bulldozers and trucks and
Where's that at?
At the Children's Discovery Center, 95 South Hanover.
Okay. Where do they have them out in the parking lot, I guess, there. And how much does that cost to get into?
It's free.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So, that looks like fun. Kids love all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might go down there and do that. What are you talking about, kids?
That's it. That's the
I'm a
end.
48-year-old man. I would love that.
I did forget to print out, but we have been talking about the the parade, Memorial Day parade. I think I've got it on here. Memorial Day parade on Monday, May 30th, starting at Goodwill at 10 o'clock from on High Street From Goodwill to Manatawny.
Yeah, it's going to go from Goodwill.
And then it goes down 11 o'clock to the Korean War Memorial.
Correct.
Memorial Park.
If you want to learn more than that, go to Veterans Island Project to their Facebook page, or you can connect with Michael Murphy, and he'll tell you all about it. We're going to keep talking about that. It's part of the news, so we'll keep talking about it. Last week, I realized that I gave all this great news and events and everything else, and I forgot to mention the freaking goat races. There was so much stuff going on. I missed the goat races.
Yeah.
So
I will also put two things. I'm so happy that Ron Williams had an amazingly beautiful weekend for his powwow last weekend.
Yeah.
The pictures looked incredible. The headdresses and the outfit, it looked very moving and beautiful. And I'm really happy for Ron that he had such a nice weekend. It looks like there was a lot of people there, and everybody that went and posted pictures and comments that it was just really a nice event. So congratulations to Ron. Sunday, June 5th is not only Harrison Wolf's 21st birthday.
Oh, wow.
But I know, can you take it? It is also the Sunday Fun Day fundraiser for Pottstown, the fourth festival. Not to make myself panic or anything, but 4th of July is 2 months away. And we are having our fundraiser on Sunday, June 5th at the Iron Gate Beer Garden from 1 to 5. We had a great time last year, and we raised several $1,000s. I think we raised over $3,000 for a fundraiser.
When's that going to be again?
Sunday, June 5th.
So here's what I'll do on that day. If I'm in town that day, what I will do is the same thing we did last year. We'll do that First Amendment open mic.
Yeah, don't call it an open mic. Some guy showed up last year thinking he was going to sing.
He could have, and I explained to him that if he wanted to sing, that I would set the microphone up for him, and he could. He decided that he didn't want to do that.
All right.
He would have been on camera. I would have given him a microphone, and he could have done whatever he wanted.
Yep.
He opted out.
All right.
So we'll have a First Amendment, not a Second Amendment. But if you want to exercise your Second Amendment rights, that's fine with us too. We'll have a First Amendment open mic, and you can come down there and say whatever you want within reason.
Within reason.
Yeah.
We're not going to tolerate any sort of hate speech or anything.
No, and then maybe I'll get a special co-host for that day, like Todd Bainbridge or a Matt Moyer.
Maybe Todd can do some
history
on the location.
There you go.
Iron Gate, which is where we all know the Slack Shack used to be.
Right.
Okay.
If you want to go forth calendar.
It's halfway through the year. I'll cut you a good price. I don't know how many we have left.
That's the only thing that I have for Go Forth is the website, pottstowngoforth.com. I put that up on the screen.
We just ordered our new merchandise, so we're going to have new merchandise. Our theme this year is boldly going where no town has gone before.
Okay.
We have kind of a space theme in celebration of the new Challenger Learning Center at Montgomery County Community College. I don't know if people really understand what a huge deal that Challenger Center is. The Challenger Foundation was a foundation set up in memory of the families.
Yeah.
And to encourage STEM learning at the middle school level. And there's only 40 of them in the country.
In the whole country.
And one of them
is in Pottstown,
Pennsylvania. It's really a big deal, guys.
Oh, it's a super big deal.
Yeah.
It's just amazing because I still from time to time sit down with people or hear people saying or watch people posting on Facebook, there's nothing going on in Pottstown. It's a dead town. There's nothing happening here.
Yeah.
When in reality, there's literally so much stuff to do and see. We can't even keep up with all of it.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
We're just giving you what
we know. And I don't even go. It's rare that I'll go outside of one
of the borough.
Yeah. Like I'll talk about Althouse Arboretum or some of the other stuff or things.
Yeah, but that's like what a half a mile outside.
We'll rope in some Grove and some Five stuff.
Right.
But mostly what we talk about is strictly within the confines of the borough.
Yeah.
5.5 square miles.
All right, we're getting down towards the end of it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I did put Pottstown Community Action, the Pottstown Community Action at gmail.com. That's how you can contact them if you have questions about the Love Your Block grant program. I did put links to the Love Your Block grant program up into the chat. please, folks, if you live in the borough of Pottstown, you got to apply for this money. $250 to $1,500 for a community improvement project on your block in your neighborhood. Love Your Block grant program. It's open up until the 14th. PottstownCommunityAction.org. You can go and download your application from there. They also have a form that you can fill out right online. You don't even need to print it out. And like I said, my neighbor applied for a group of us in my neighborhood. He said it took him about 20 minutes to fill the paperwork out.
Yeah, easy. And most of that was probably just like looking up other people's like phone numbers and
correct.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, please contact the ladies over there at Pottstown Community Action. They can be reached at pottstowncommunityaction@gmail.com. One more thing, I just saw this, and I'm going to start talking about this more and more. And I'll do my little Pottstown cluster. As most people know, I am on the board at the Pottstown cluster. We have talked about what happened in 2021, and we actually have the numbers together. There's numbers together for what the cluster did for the community in 2021. I'm going to give you 3 pieces of information. In 2021, the cluster served 1,702 new households. So that's in addition to the households that they were already serving, 1,702 new households. Of the 1,702 new households, 504 households received eviction prevention support. So that's what the cluster is doing to help with the homeless problem. They're preventing people from becoming homeless.
In the first place.
Right, in the first place.
We're starting upstream.
158 households were added to the stability coaching program. Of 158 households, 68 households were able to leave shelter or street homelessness and move into housing. So of the 158 households who were stability coaching was given to 158 households who were previously homeless. Of the 158 homeless families, 68 households were able to leave shelter or street homelessness and move into housing. Food. In 2021, 3,328 households received some type of food support. 46% of the food distributed went to young people age 18 or under. We secured food and volunteers for 268 community meals, which served 12,373 plates of food.
That's a large number.
So in 3,328 households received food support. Almost half of that food support went to kids, and 12,373 plates of food was served through the community meal program. And then the last thing I want to talk about is supportive services and education. The support service program was redesigned in order to make it more accessible and more relevant to what is going on. One of the feedbacks that we got from before was that the programs were hard to access. Mm-hmm. They've redeveloped that in order to make it easier for people to tie into these services. The last time I heard, there's still somewhere in the neighborhood of $3 million worth of aid available to help people with eviction prevention over at the cluster. Wow. In 2021, $7.9 million was spent on housing-related programs by the cluster. 2021, $7.9 million spent on housing-related programs in the borough of Pottstown and the surrounding area.
So that's to help people
either
get out of homelessness or to hold on to their home. Maybe they need help with
rent, bills, heat,
right, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. $7.9 million.
Yeah, that's a large number.
We're only talking about one agency. Pottstown Cluster of Religious Communities, pottstowncluster.org. We will be talking more and more about what the cluster is doing in upcoming episodes. Amy Wolf is the somewhat sick, maybe allergies, on sick leave.
I think at this point, It is actually, I'm mostly suffering with allergies at this point. Yeah. I think
Amy-
the COVID is gone and the allergies are ramping up. They just kind of like crossed
Gotcha.
each other.
Amy Wolf is the lovely business manager at Wolf Baldwin Associates, bringing you fine legal service in the borough of Pottstown since 1974. Matt Green,
73. man.
73. I'm sorry, I stole a year.
You've only been saying it for 2 years.
Since 1973, bringing you fine legal service in the borough of Pottstown and beyond. I am Matt Green. I am your local real estate expert. I serve Montgomery, Berks, and Chester counties. Please call me when you need a local expert for selling or buying residential and commercial property.
even in the 5.
Even in the fives, we are Porchcast. Let's talk
Have a
soon.
great weekend of free stuff.